Hi, this is Dodger, and you're watching my show.
Three, two, one, ready, go!
You're getting Saturday Dodger instead of Friday Dodger. For those of you who don't know, I typically record this show on Friday because I'm all like done up and ready to go, and I have like this short window before Friend Zone, and it just works out great because then I get to chill on Sundays, right? Unfortunately, had a bunch of issues. On Friday, was not able to actually record this show, so you're getting 7 a.m. Dodger. Right? Yep. It's good stuff. Mwah. Saturday Dodger. Goodness, will we even be talking about gaming news? We will. We will still be talking about gaming news. Just, I might say things that make no sense, and if I do, it's because it's 7 a.m. Dodger. Just remember that. Just keep that always, right here. In case something weird happens, you can be like, oh, it's fine. It was Saturday Dodger. It's fine. For our first piece of news, I want to make sure that I say this, right away. Just in case you're like, I didn't know, and then you can shut this video down and you can go and play it. But the Battlefront beta, the open beta is happening right now. It's open until October 12th, which I believe is Monday. It's been open since the 8th to the public. There was no registration required whatsoever. You could pre-download it so that you were ready to go the second it started. If you haven't been able to touch it and you didn't even know this was going on, go do it. I haven't played it yet, but I don't have a whole lot of affection for the Battlefront franchise in general. So for me, it's been really fulfilling, honestly, just watching other people play it because the game is gorgeous. It's nuts. When you're watching it, you feel like you're watching aspects of a movie, and you have to remind yourself that everybody who's running around in the background is a person. And that blows my mind. So yeah, if you didn't know, and this weekend you don't have a lot to do, and you'd like to play Battlefront, you can. Go at least start downloading it now, right? And then come back and watch the rest of this video because I got up at 7 a.m. for you. I got up earlier than 7 a.m. for you because it's now 7 a.m. I had to drive here for you. Any of you risk takers out there, I thought that was a good joke in my mind, and then once I said it, I realized it was terrible. So the game of Risk hasn't changed a whole lot since its birth. The only thing that I think has changed is the pieces that are now units used to be Roman numerals, right? I think most people preferred those pieces for whatever reason, but in general the game has stayed pretty much the same, aside from all of the other, versions of Risk that exist in different universes. Games like Monopoly have been changed up multiple times. Risk, I don't think necessarily felt like it needed to change anything up, but they're doing a whole, I don't want to say a rebranding, but they're gonna redesign the whole thing. And for any of you right now who are like, lol, Risk, call me when you want to play Axis and Allies. I don't understand Axis and Allies for the life of me. I barf the second I see the board. Did the game need a redesign? I honestly don't think so. The only reason that I can think of for it would be to employ a color palette that's more modern and make the game look more modern so that a younger generation would be like, what's this new game Risk? Lol lol lol. But the changes that they've made in the past have not been well received by people who play a lot of Risk, right? So hopefully they employ old and new, right? They go, here's the stuff that we think needs to be applied to the game now from a newer standpoint, but here's the stuff that's always worked for the game and we're not changing it, because if they swap it all up, it's gonna be the worst. Or you could go play Axis and Allies. However you play that game. It's October, and you know what that means. It means that League of Legends Worlds is going on right now. And for any of you who are like, wait, didn't we just do a big League thing? Riot really needs to take a second and look at all of its different stuff and say, maybe this is confusing. But Worlds is exactly what it sounds like. All of the different regions of the world that play League of Legends, they compete against each other. Whoever does the best in that region gets to move on to Worlds, and Worlds is, how it sounds, the entire world of League of Legends against one another. So Worlds literally goes on for the entire month of October. Right now they're in groups, or they're just finishing up groups. There are some teams that did really well that already we know won't be moving on, which has been interesting. If you want like a full breakdown of everything that's going to be going on for Worlds this year, you can find it on the website. I will link in the description so that you can go and look at that. But yeah, it's interesting how it doesn't all happen at once. It literally happens throughout the month in different countries. They go to different places, they play, they go to the next place, they play. So slowly we'll be whittling it down to whoever is the champion, the world champions of League of Legends. So if you're super into LoL and you've been looking forward to that, it is October. It's your time. League is one of those games for me that I enjoy watching, but I don't know what's going on. Right? Like when I first started watching StarCraft, I'd watch it and be like, there's a lot of things that I think are interesting, but it's very hard for me to follow. And at this point now, I can watch StarCraft and pretty much know exactly what's happening, right? League of Legends, I still, when I watch it, I'm like, I don't know who that champion is. Oh, they killed a guy. That's good, right? Yeah, that's good. Still fun to watch, though. Guys, that's like all that I watch on Twitch is tournaments. If there's some sort of a tournament going on Twitch, I will put that on, even if I don't know anything about the game. BlazBlue, I was like, yeah, sure. BlazBlue tournament, whatever. I don't know what's happening. If you've been looking forward to Shin Megami Tensei 4 Final, they've got some new information for you, which I think a lot of people are finding quite interesting. It turns out this isn't an update or like a continuation of Shin Megami Tensei 4. It's actually a completely new game, but inside of the same world of 4. A lot of people who have been really invested in the series and have been looking forward to Final have been looking at all of the information that we know at this point and saying, wow, these aren't similar games at all. There's one character that comes back, like literally only one, and they come back as a ghost. It's the same world, but like totally different characters, totally different story. I think it's interesting that they decided to make this game and still have it attached to 4 when there's so few things that are the same. Like it's even happening in a totally different era, right? So the look of it even is going to be very, very different. The color palette is different. Shin Megami Tensei just on its own is a really strong brand. So like why did it have to be a 4 game? And maybe it just comes down to the people who made it, like the developers of 4 said, we really love this world and we'd love to do more with it. And if that's what it is, then that's awesome. That means there was a lot of love and care and thought put into the universe that they created. But it's still weird. It's still kind of weird to me. It will be coming out on 3DS February 10th in Japan. We have no idea about a Western release or any sort of a release outside of Japan at all. Speaking of games with kind of a shaky release date, KanColle. So there's a PS Vita KanColle game that's supposed to be coming out, which I've been very excited for. I watched the anime. The full name is Kansai Collection, and it's about ship girls. It's about ship girls that beat each other up, and it's fantastic. I've never played the browser game. I haven't taken the time to truly understand how to play the browser game, but that's the big form of this game is the browser version. So they decided to make a Vita version because the browser version was so popular and is so popular. But it just keeps being delayed. Like, it's now happening next year. It was supposed to be in October and then November, and now they're like maybe February 2016? It confuses me because they're not starting from the ground up with this game, right? Like, in terms of making it work on the Vita, sure. But from what I've read on forums and whatnot, this is supposed to be basically the identical game. It's supposed to be exactly the same. There were going to be some ship girls that aren't always available in the browser version that would be available in the Vita version. So they're trying to make it worth it for you to play the Vita version and to buy it and possibly get even more addicted to that because it'll be cleaner. It should be just like a better game in general. That's what they're trying to do. But the base is there. Like they have the base game and it's been going for a while now. So to take that and put it into a Vita version I don't understand why there would be so many delays for that. Again, I'm not a developer, so I'm speaking from a place of complete ignorance. But in my mind, I'm like, well, but you were starting from a specific place, right? Like, you weren't starting from nothing. So they haven't been very clear about what it is that's holding them back, what it is that's making this game continually be delayed. But I'm very excited for it to come out. And I really, really hope that it gets a Western release because, again, figuring out the browser version and being able to get into that game has been difficult for me. And I haven't, like, committed as hard as some people have, so that's my fault. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, if there was an English version of this game that I could play on my Vita and have another reason to use my Vita, that would be amazing. But I wouldn't be surprised if it never made it over here. Although the anime did really good. So maybe we could leverage that. We're like, look, people like ship girls. Do you see the anime did good? Poi. As a final bit of news, Far Cry Primal. So there's a new Far Cry game that was announced. There was a teaser trailer that came out for a game called Far Cry Primal. Originally people were like, oh, maybe this is going to be like a smaller game like Blood Dragon. But now it's been confirmed it's going to be a $60 game, like a full-fledged Far Cry game, which I'm so confused about. Basically, this is a Far Cry game that's going to be happening during the Ice Age, and we're going to be cavemen, you know, interacting with dinos and whatnot. It's going to be Far Cry Arc. That's how I'm thinking about it. There's going to be no guns. I assume there's going to be plenty of crafting. Maybe we can make the wheel. Ugh. There are going to be some history nerds out there who are like, excuse me, the wheel wasn't created until, I'm sorry that I've offended you with my wheel knowledge. So yes, it's going to be a $60 game. So it's going to be like a full-fledged game where you are a caveman in Far Cry style, which Far Cry goes back and forth between taking itself very seriously and not taking itself very seriously at all. I think Blood Dragon was a good example of them being like, whatever. But to take the whatever Far Cry mentality and have it apply to a full-on game, like not just a little BB game like Blood Dragon, but like a full-fledged worth $60 game, that makes no sense to me. I don't know what they could possibly do with that game where you'd be like, that was worth all of my time and all of my money. So we'll see. I guess I get the feeling they've been looking at other games that have done really well and said, oh, we need to do some of this. And maybe there will be some weird sci-fi elements involved. I mean, they're already jumping off the boat by being like, it's gonna be in the Ice Age. So they might pull some Ark stuff and be like, but you traveled back in time, or some nonsense. I don't know. We'll find out. Really, this whole, like, the reason that we even know about this game is because there was a leak, right? Which I find hilarious because this game is apparently supposed to come out in February. So how long was their PR window gonna be without this leak? I don't know. It's confusing. I'm like so confused about Far Cry Primal, but I guess we'll just keep our eyeballs out and see what they do, what happens, and whatnot. And whatnot and whatnot and whatnot. News. Anywho, that's been my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in my comment section. And if you'd like to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. But otherwise, I hope you've had a fantastic week and a fantastic day and life and all that. And I'll talk to you guys again next week. Okay? Mwah. Be good. Bye.
Go!
For you.